Thank you, Mr. Chair. Last time, I promise, my name's James Quintero. I represent the Texas Public Policy Foundation. I want to thank you for the opportunity to testify in support of SB 621. And let me say that there are at least 3 reasons to consider supporting this morning's measure. First, it preempts activity not aligned with a city's core services. Most Texans expect their city governments to police the streets, put out fires, and fill potholes. Endeavors outside of those core functions, like running one or more public banks, siphon away finite time, money, and resources for questionable purposes. And Austin is actually a prime example of a city focused on non-core functions to the detriment of its chief duties. While it aggressively pursues all manner of social justice initiatives, including public banking, Austin began the year with an elevated number of motor vehicle thefts, kidnappings, and aggravated assaults as compared to the pre-pandemic timeframe. Second, this measure protects taxpayers from unnecessary exposure, which the city's documents suggest may involve $30 to $50 million in startup costs, plus $400,000 in annual operating expense. To fund these items now and into the future would almost assuredly put upward pressure on people's tax bills and worsen the city's affordability crisis. And third, this measure prevents the government from interfering in the free market. There's a well-known concept in free market circles known as the Yellow Book test. And this Yellow Book test challenges policymakers to ask the following: if you can find it in the Yellow Book, is a new government program or service of the same sort really necessary? In this case, I'd suggest not. And so for those reasons, I'd humbly ask you to consider passing SB 621.
Members, are there questions for this witness? I have to tell you, when I first saw this, it really kind of caught me off guard, being a former banker, but I was just kind of curious as to what services and to what level of involvement would a public bank, if it were approved, be involved in? I mean, do you know if the city of Austin was thinking about being a lender and lending to business and consumers and taking public deposits as well as private deposits? I mean, was this limited in scope in some way, or was this a full-blown effort to duplicate what we all understand and basically know about what our banking system is all about?
It's a very good question, sir. I'm only partially aware. I believe this concept was borrowed from a similar plan instituted on the West Coast. And Austin is in the beginning phases.
You can name the state.
I believe it's Seattle.
Oh, was it Seattle?
Yes, although it wouldn't surprise me if San Francisco was also engaged in this sort of activity. But Austin is in the beginning phases of trying to map out what this thing looks like and how to properly fund it. My understanding is that this new institution, would be utilized to fund projects that it deemed had some social value to it. And so I think this is in furtherance of its various social justice campaigns, things that would not ordinarily be funded by private institutions.
I see.